My child, I have seen the weight on your shoulders. I have heard the silent prayers you whispered in the dark. I watched as you counted every dollar, every coin, every moment you had left before the bill was due. You didn't think I noticed. But I noticed. I always notice. I am not blind to your struggle. I am not deaf to your tears. And I did not bring you this far to abandon you now. You have been faithful, even when it was hard, even when the cupboards were empty, even when the phone kept ringing with demands you couldn't meet. You stayed, you believed, and you hoped. And now I've come to speak to you with clarity, with fire, with divine authority. All your debt will be canceled. Yes, I said all, not just part, not just some, not just enough to keep you quiet or keep you going. All, because I'm not a partial God. I'm not the God of survival. I'm the God of overflow, the God of more than enough, the God who cancels what man says is permanent, the God who writes a new story where the world stamped final notice. They told you it would take years to recover, but I tell you, it will not take years. It will take my word, and my word does not return void. You've been trying to fix it with your own hands. You've strategized, you've budgeted, you've begged for extensions. But now it's time for you to step aside and let me step in. Because I am not interested in just reducing your burden. I am here to remove it. Yes, I said remove it. I have already dispatched the resources. I have already opened the heavens. I have already positioned the people. Your miracle is not waiting to be created. It's waiting to be released. And that release begins when you believe. Child, I'm not just going to pay your bills. I'm going to pay back the years. The years the locusts ate. The years fear controlled you. The years shame followed you like a shadow. I'm restoring what was stolen. I'm redeeming what was broken. And I'm wiping the slate clean. Because when I cancel a debt, I don't just erase numbers. I destroy the chains. Chains of anxiety, chains of stress, chains of generational patterns and poverty spirits that whispered, "This is just the way it will always be." Lies. I never called you to live in lack. I never designed you for survival mode. You are not meant to just make it. You are meant to thrive, to flourish, to walk in abundance and freedom. And today, I'm declaring divine cancellation over your life. Not because you earned it, but because I chose you. I chose you before the first bill ever came. I chose you before the system ever failed you. I chose you before you learned to pretend everything was okay when your heart was breaking. And I am not changing my mind now. Listen, I don't need a bank's permission to bless you. I don't need an approval code from man to release what is already yours in heaven. When I move, creation obeys. When I speak, time bends. And right now, I'm speaking into your situation. I'm walking through every ledger, every balance, every overdue notice, every account that's been haunting you. And I'm declaring, paid in full. That's what my blood did. That's what my covenant guarantees. You don't owe the enemy another night of fear. You don't owe your past another ounce of shame. From this moment, your story begins to shift. Debt doesn't define you. Grace does. Lack doesn't limit you. I do. And I have no limits. You felt like you're stuck in a cycle. But today, that cycle breaks. Because when I cancel a debt, I also cancel the curse. When I release provision, I release peace. Not just the kind that gets you through the month, but the kind that rewrites your legacy. Because I'm not just thinking about you, I'm thinking about your children, and their children, and their children's children. I'm putting a stop to the pattern. I'm severing the agreement with insufficiency. You are entering a season of divine turnaround. Yes, people will look at you and wonder how it happened. Let them wonder. Because when I move, it doesn't make sense to man, but it always makes miracles. Let them talk. Let them question. You just walk. Walk like it's already done. Speak like it's already cleared. Worship like you already have the victory. Because you do. The mail may still show the balance, but heaven shows zero. The system may still show you behind, but my decree says free. I am the final word. Not the collector, not the lender, not the report. I am. And I say you are covered. You are cleared. You are called. The enemy's weapon was debt, but I have turned it into a testimony. You will not just escape this. You will emerge from this with evidence. Evidence of my glory, evidence of my provision, evidence of my love. And when it comes, don't forget where it came from. This channel you're listening to right now, it's not random. It's not coincidence. This is where I will continue to speak to you. Reveal what's ahead. Show you what the enemy doesn't want you to know. So like, comment, and subscribe. This is how you stay connected to the voice that's been searching for you. Stay ready, because I'm not finished. I've only just begun. I see the questions rising in your heart right now. How will this happen? Can it really be that simple? God, is this truly for me? Let me answer you plainly. Yes, this is for you. You are not hearing this by accident. You are not just a face in the crowd, a name on a list, a forgotten voice in a sea of needs. You are mine. I chose this moment to remind you. I still perform miracles. I still cancel debt in ways that confound human logic. Because I am not a man. I don't need credit scores. I don't work with budgets. I move by faith, not formula. And when I find faith, even mustard seed faith, I unleash power. Power that overturns judgments. Power that erases history. Power that overrides the grip of lack and restores what was once unreachable. I want you to understand this. The system told you to carry the weight, but I never told you that. The burden they placed on your shoulders wasn't from me. That pressure to prove yourself, to work until you collapse, to keep smiling while drowning in obligation, I did not create that. I created freedom. I created joy. I created overflow. And I am restoring what the world tried to drain from you. You've been surviving. Now you will begin living. You've been managing. Now you will begin multiplying. Because where my hand moves, there is no scarcity. There is no debt too large. There is no interest too high. There is no mistake too deep. I will cancel debts, man says, are permanent. Because I am the God of reversal. They said, once you fall behind, you'll never catch up. I say, I will place you 10 steps ahead. They said, your credit is ruined. I say, your name is redeemed in heaven. They said, you're too far gone. I say, you are right on time for a miracle. You've been crying out, not just for money, but for relief, for hope, for peace. And I tell you now, the relief is coming. The hope is rising. The peace is arriving. I am not just addressing your wallet. I am healing your heart. Because you stopped dreaming. You stopped believing it could get better. You told yourself, maybe this is just my cross to bear. Number, my son, bore the cross so you wouldn't have to bear this burden forever. This debt is not your destiny. The cross didn't just purchase your salvation. It purchased your freedom. Freedom from shame. Freedom from lack, freedom from every voice that told you you're too late, too broken, too far behind. Listen to me. I am doing this suddenly, not by process, but by power, not by overtime, but by overflow. There are divine transactions being made in realms you cannot see. Documents are shifting, accounts are adjusting, systems are aligning with my will. Because when I say, enough, every chain must break, every delay must end, every curse must bow. You've been worried about how it will look. Stop worrying. This isn't about your reputation. It's about my glory. This isn't about you earning it. It's about me revealing it. I am revealing my goodness to you in a way you've never known. And I want you to prepare. Yes, prepare. Because what I am doing will be undeniable. You will go from being the borrower to becoming the lender. You will go from scraping by to sowing into others with joy. You will walk into rooms and carry peace, not pressure. The very hands that once trembled at overdue notices will be the hands that sign checks of abundance. The very mouth that once begged for extensions will become the mouth that declares breakthrough over others. Because I am flipping the script, I am turning your tears into testimony. I am releasing strategies, even now, into your spirit. Ideas, connections, unexpected open doors. I'm going to give you supernatural instructions. Some of them will make no sense to the world, but they will make miracles manifest. And when I speak, follow quickly. Don't delay. Don't second guess. The window of favor is opening, and I am calling you to walk through it. Do not look at what you lack. Look at who is with you. I am the one who made oil flow in jars that should have run dry. I am the one who fed thousands with a lunchbox. I am the one who called Peter to walk on water, and he did. And I am the one telling you now, your debt will be cancelled, not just on paper, in your soul. Because it's not just about money, it's about freedom. It's about trust. It's about your identity as my child. You are not abandoned. You are not forgotten. You are not cursed. You are mine. And I am rewriting your story, one miracle at a time. Let the doubters doubt. Let the cynics scoff. You just believe, because faith is the currency of heaven. And with just a little, I can do more than you've ever imagined. Stay close to this voice. This is the place I will keep unveiling what's coming. You're not alone in this. You never were. And child, I'm just getting started. Let me speak deeper now, because I know what you've been battling. Not just the numbers on the page, but the guilt in your heart. You've been blaming yourself, calling yourself foolish, replaying decisions, contracts, loans, purchases, wishing you could go back and undo it all. But listen closely, my child. I am not the voice of shame, that voice that accuses you, that voice that mocks you in the mirror. That is not me. I do not call you by your mistakes. I call you by your name, and your name is redeemed. Your name is chosen. Your name is written in the book of life. I'm not here to condemn you. I'm here to cover you. Cover the parts of your life you've tried to hide. Cover the errors you couldn't fix. Cover the debt that became a shadow. I don't just pay bills, I restore identity. And I say again, you are not a failure. You are not bad with money. You are not irresponsible. You are not broken beyond repair. You are simply human, and I am fully God. And when your humanity meets my divinity, miracles happen. Child, hear me. I'm not just canceling physical debt. I'm canceling emotional debt, the regret, the pressure, the sleepless nights, the soul fatigue. I'm washing it all in my grace. I didn't save you just to watch you struggle in silence. I didn't rescue you from sin just to abandon you in shame. I am a redeemer. I restore the years. I restore the lost time. I restore your joy. You will laugh again, and it won't be nervous laughter. You will breathe again, and it won't be shallow, anxious breaths. You will plan again, not with dread, but with hope, because I am lifting you up from the dust, and I am placing you on solid ground. This is not the end of your story. This is the turning point. The chapter called Lack is closing. The chapter called Overflow is opening. You won't recognize your own life when I'm done, because I'm rebuilding everything they said was impossible. You thought if I just had more time, and I say, I am the creator of time. You thought if I just had one more chance, and I say, I am the God of second chances. You thought if only someone would help me, and I say, I have sent help. Angels are moving on your behalf. Favor is finding you. Divine appointments are already in motion. It is not your job to figure it out. It is your job to trust me. I know exactly what needs to happen. I know how to speak to the heart of that lender. I know how to influence that decision maker. I know how to cancel that debt without $1 leaving your hand. You don't need to chase money. You need to chase me. Because when you seek first the kingdom, all these things shall be added. Not some, all. Provision, peace, stability, strategy, favor, freedom. It's all in me. You've been trying to do what only I can do. Let me take it from here. Let me carry what you were never meant to hold. Let me prove to you, I am not just the God of Sunday sermons. I am the God of overdue bills and empty pantries. The God who sees the inbox full of threats. The God who watches you smile while your heart breaks under pressure. I am intimately involved, and now I'm intervening. You will see doors open that should be shut. You will receive calls that shift everything. You will hear approved where they said denied. Because when my favor touches your situation, it accelerates, it multiplies, it changes without warning. I don't need years to do what I can do in a moment, and I've chosen this moment, right now, to remind you, you're about to be debt-free. It will not make sense. It will not follow the rules. It will not be fair, because I'm not following man's protocol. I'm following my promise. I promised you would be the head and not the tail, above only, not beneath, a lender, not a borrower. So if debt has attached itself to you, it is illegal in my kingdom, and I'm driving it out now. Every spiritual contract, every demonic agreement, every curse of lack that has tried to cling to your name, I revoke it by the authority of heaven. You are not in agreement with debt. You are in agreement with destiny, and destiny is calling you higher. You may still see the numbers, but I've already issued the command. You may still feel the fear, but faith is rising like a flood. This is the hour of my intervention. This is the season of my sweeping mercy, and I will not just change your account, I will change your atmosphere. Debt will no longer be your companion. Fear will no longer be your advisor. Lack will no longer be your language. From this moment on, speak as one who is free. Walk as one who is favored. Think as one who is royalty, because that's who you are. And that's how I see you. Stay connected to this place, this voice, this well of prophecy, because I'm not just delivering a word today, I'm planting a future in you. And this is only the beginning. Let me tell you something that will shatter the grip of fear. Your situation is not permanent. What looks like a mountain today will look like a memory tomorrow, because I do not leave my children stuck in storms forever. I always make a way, even when there is no way. Did you forget that I parted the sea? I didn't just bring my people out of slavery. I canceled the debts of generations in a single night. Pharaoh thought he owned them, but I showed him they belonged to me. And I'm saying the same over you right now. You do not belong to the lender. You do not belong to the system. You do not belong to the pressure or the panic or the spreadsheet. You belong to me, and I will not let what I paid for be buried in bondage. Child, I paid too high a price for you to be chained. I paid in blood. I paid with mercy. I paid with every drop of heaven's glory, wrapped in human skin, nailed to a tree for you. So don't you dare believe that debt is your destiny. Don't believe the lie that says you'll always struggle, that you'll always owe, that your children will inherit your burden. Number, the curse stops here. What ran in your bloodline ends in mine, because I am establishing something new. A holy legacy, a lineage of abundance, a generational turnaround, a story that begins with me and ends in freedom. And I say this to you as a decree. The yoke is breaking, not someday, now. I am breaking spiritual yokes first, because physical debt is the fruit, but the root is spiritual. The enemy has used this to silence you, to steal your confidence, to distract your focus, to keep you too busy surviving to ever start building. But I declare this is the hour where builders rise again. You will no longer pour all your strength into survival. You will build, you will own, you will sow, you will rise, and nothing will stop what I have spoken over you. Let me tell you why the warfare has been so intense. Because your breakthrough is generational. The enemy wasn't just after your peace. He was after your bloodline's future. He knew if he could bury you in debt, he could delay destiny for those who come after you. But what he meant for harm, I'm using as fuel, because now you know how to war in the Spirit. Now you know how to cry out in faith. Now you know how to lean on me and not your own understanding. And now I will take what was a wilderness and turn it into a testimony. Watch me work. Watch me wipe the slate clean. Watch me bring divine cancellation in ways that shock every system around you. Unexpected letters, sudden approvals, debt forgiveness that defies natural law. And you won't be able to explain it. You'll just weep, because you'll know it was me, my hand, my mercy, my love. You were not forgotten. You were not abandoned. You were chosen for such a time as this. I will even redeem what you thought was wasted. Time, energy, opportunities missed, you will recover. But not just recover. You will be restored with interest. Because when I repay with overflow. I'm going to return what was stolen. And I'm going to bless you beyond what you even asked for. You prayed for enough to get by. But I'm about to give you more than enough to give away. Because I'm not just delivering you. I'm equipping you to deliver others. You will break chains. You will cancel debt for others. You will lay hands on situations and see them shift. Not because of your name, but because of mine, because this is what I do. I lift up the lowly. I exalt the humble. I favor the faithful. And you've been faithful, even when it hurt, even when it made no sense, even when you cried behind closed doors and no one saw. I saw every tear, every act of obedience, every time you gave while you barely had enough for yourself. I saw it. And I recorded it. And now I'm responding, not because you earned it, but because you belong to me. And when I bless my children, I do it so the world sees my goodness. They will ask, how did you come out of that? And you will answer, God canceled the debt. They will ask, how did that fall off your record? And you will say, He did it suddenly. They will ask, how did you rebuild so quickly? And you will say, I serve a God who restores what others consider ruined. Because I'm not just changing your life, I'm making it a sign, a signal in the spirit, a testimony in the earth, a light in the darkness. So do not fear what's still in front of you. I've already gone ahead, and what I've prepared is beyond anything you've ever imagined. This is just the beginning. Let me pull back the veil now. Let me show you what's really been happening in the spirit. Because this battle hasn't just been about money. This has been about your mantle, your calling, your voice, your future. Debt has been the distraction, the smokescreen, the weapon the enemy formed to keep you bound in survival. But the war has always been about your impact. If he could make you feel small, he thought he could keep you quiet. If he could keep you buried in bills, he thought you'd never step into boldness. But what the enemy didn't count on was how pressure would push you to pray, how the weight would teach you to war, how the nights you thought would break you actually built a fire inside you that cannot be put out. You are not a victim of this season. You are a vessel being forged in the flame, and I, the Lord your God, am the one who stands with you in the fire. And I say to you now, you're coming out without the smell of smoke. I'm not just pulling you out, I'm promoting you. I'm not just canceling the debt, I'm commissioning the destiny, because what you've endured has qualified you for the next dimension of glory. This wasn't punishment. This was preparation. Preparation for greater territory. Preparation for greater generosity. Preparation for spiritual authority. You've walked through the valley, but now I'm bringing you to the table. And not just any table. A table prepared in the presence of your enemies, because they need to see you rise. They need to witness what happens when I vindicate my chosen. I'm putting honor where there was once humiliation. I'm putting favor where there was once frustration. I'm putting increase where there was once insufficiency. Because I do not restore halfway. I don't just cancel debt, I pour out overflow. I don't just rescue, I resurrect. And I'm resurrecting everything the enemy tried to kill. Your hope, your courage, your faith. Feel it rising again, like breath returning to dry bones, like life returning to dreams you thought were dead. You didn't miss your moment. Your moment is now. You didn't mess up the promise. I preserved it while you were under pressure. Even when you were weary, I was working. Even when you doubted, I stayed faithful. Even when you felt too ashamed to pray, I never turned away. Because my love for you is not fragile. It is not based on your performance. It is based on my covenant. And my covenant cannot be broken. So lift up your head. This is not a season of hiding. This is a season of unveiling. I'm revealing what's been hidden. I'm unlocking what's been sealed. I'm releasing what's been delayed. The release is here. The financial release, the emotional release, the spiritual release. Chains are falling. Walls are breaking. Doors are swinging wide open. You won't have to force them. You won't have to beg for them. You won't have to scheme or manipulate. What I'm doing, no man can block. Because when I open a door, no one can shut it. And when I cancel a debt, no one can reverse it. So trust what I'm doing, even if you can't trace it yet. Even if the numbers still look the same for now. Faith isn't about what you see, it's about what I've spoken. And I have spoken, you are stepping out of the land of debt and into the land of divine supply. You are crossing over, and the place you're going is bigger than anything you've dared to dream. It will make sense in hindsight, but for now, just believe me, just obey me, just stay near, because I'm not just guiding you out, I'm guiding you into vision, into stewardship, into supernatural provision. This is not a rescue mission. This is a rebirth. You are not being patched up. You are being made new. And nothing from your past will have permission to sabotage what I'm releasing now. Stay aligned. Stay submitted. Stay expectant. Because this next chapter is about to unfold in power. And the world is about to see what happens when my child rises unburdened, unashamed, unstoppable. I am not finished with you. This isn't the end of the story. This is the chapter where the shift begins, where pressure gives way to promise, where shame is swallowed by glory. I have watched you long enough under this weight. I saw the strain in your eyes, the silence behind your smile, the way you pushed forward when your heart was breaking. And I say to you now, enough. The burden has been judged. The warfare has been confronted. The debt has met my decree. And my decree is this: cancelled, not negotiated, not delayed, not restructured, cancelled. By the authority of heaven, by the blood of the Lamb, by the word I've spoken from before time began. This debt, spiritual, financial, emotional, is no match for my redemption. What man marked against you I have erased. What the enemy tried to bind you with I have destroyed. Because I am not a man that I should lie, nor the son of man that I should change my mind. When I said, "It is finished," I meant it. And now you will walk in the power of that finished work. No more striving to earn what I already gave. No more begging for what I've already promised. No more shrinking in the face of fear. I did not give you a spirit of fear. I gave you power. Power to speak what I say, to stand when others fall, to believe even when the winds rage against you. And I have put a mantle on you that this world did not give and this world cannot take. They tried to label you by your struggle, but I've called you by your purpose. They said you were drowning in debt, but I say you're walking into destiny. They saw the bills, the overdrafts, the breakdowns, but I saw the breakthrough on the other side, and now it's here. You are standing in the shift, the turnaround, the moment where what was owed is overtaken by what is ordained. So let me ask you now, will you believe me? Will you believe that I'm bigger than the balance sheet, stronger than the lender, faster than the deadline? Because I move in moments. I split time. I step into impossibilities and make them testimonies. That's what I'm about to do for you. You will have to testify. You will have to tell the world that your God stepped into the middle of the mess and made a miracle out of what looked like ruin. That's the kind of father I am. I don't just deliver, I elevate. I don't just repay, I reveal. And I'm revealing something inside of you that couldn't be birthed in comfort. The anointing I've placed on your life was refined in this fire. The wisdom I'm giving you was forged in the fight. You won't come out of this empty-handed. You're coming out with a mantle, a message, a ministry. Yes, a ministry. Because even your money is going to preach. When people see the change, the sudden acceleration, the supernatural freedom, they'll know it wasn't the bank. It wasn't the hustle. It wasn't luck. It was me. The same God who fed prophets with ravens. The same God who rained manna from heaven. The same God who filled empty jars with oil until the debt was not only paid, but abundance overflowed. I'm doing it again, not just because you need it, but because I've chosen you to reveal it, to show others that I still provide. I still cancel debt. I still restore what's been lost. So prepare yourself. I'm about to blow your mind with how I do it. It won't come from where you expect. It won't arrive in the way you imagined. But it will come. Supernatural supply. Debt wiped clean, access unlocked, doors you couldn't open on your own swinging wide. And all I ask is this: stay in position. Don't chase the promise, chase me. Don't idolize the miracle, worship the miracle worker. Because when your eyes are on me, you won't miss what I'm doing. I'm giving you wisdom, discernment, instructions. This is your season to listen closely, because I won't just remove the debt, I'll show you how to never return to it. I'm changing your mindset, rewiring your habits, reforming your relationship with supply. From this day forward, you will not live in fear of lack. You will live in the rhythm of my abundance, not reckless, not wasteful, but intentional, empowered, and free. Because when I set someone free, they are free indeed. You have no idea what I've been arranging behind the scenes. While you were weeping, I was working. While you were waiting, I was weaving something eternal, a plan so divine, not even the enemy could touch it. You see only the bills, the deadlines, the demands, but I see the blueprint. I see the moment where heaven and earth collide, where what was promised becomes what is present. And I say this to you now: it's coming together, not because you fought hard enough, not because you figured it all out, but because I am faithful. I made a covenant with you, and I cannot break it. I swore by my own name, and I cannot lie. And what I have spoken over your life is rising now. Debt will not have the final word. Fear will not write your future. I will, and I am writing in bold ink, with mercy in one hand and miracles in the other. I am sending provision wrapped in obedience. Yes, listen to that. I am sending provision wrapped in obedience. Some of you will hear me speak, and I will give you unusual instructions. Small acts of faith that unlock large doors of favor. Don't hesitate. Don't second guess. Move when I speak, because on the other side of your obedience is the miracle I've already prepared. I may tell you to sow where it doesn't make sense, to call someone you haven't spoken to in years, to apply when you feel underqualified, to forgive what you've held on to for far too long. These are not random. They are keys that unlock what the enemy thought he had sealed. I am not just breaking you out of debt. I am breaking you into purpose, into the place where your life becomes a fountain, overflowing into others who are still bound. Yes, you will be one who helps others walk free. You'll teach them what I taught you. You'll declare what I whispered to you in the dark. You'll share the secrets I revealed in your suffering, because nothing was wasted, not the sleepless nights, not the tears on the floor, not the years that felt like silence. I saw it all, and I've stored it like treasure. And now I'm pouring it back over your life, multiplied, purified, glorified. You will know me as more than provider. You will know me as redeemer, because I don't just send help, I make all things new. Let this be the moment where you let go of what was. Release the grip of guilt. Release the shame of past mistakes. Release the belief that you must fix it all alone. You don't. You never could. That's why I came. That's why I bled. Why I bore the weight you couldn't carry. Why I canceled your greatest debt at the cross. Every other debt bows to that victory. Every other lack must answer to that abundance. You are not starting from deficit. You are starting from victory. It's already done. Now walk like it. Pray like it. Worship like it. Plan like it. Not as a prisoner, but as a child of the King. Because that's who you are. You're not just surviving this season. You are being strategically positioned for business, for ownership, for territory, for stewardship. You will not repeat the cycles of those who came before you. You are the interruption to generational lack. You are the repairer of the breach. You are the one I've marked to change the narrative. Don't worry about how small your progress looks now. Every step of obedience shakes the spirit realm. Every seed of faith breaks the ground open for harvest. And make no mistake, the harvest is coming, swiftly, surely, supernaturally. You'll look around and say, "How did this all happen so fast?" And I will remind you, it was me. I made a way. I canceled what tried to cancel you. I called you forward, even when you felt forgotten, because I never forgot. I never turned away. I was just waiting for the appointed time. And now, this is it. Your appointed time has come. The time is now, not tomorrow, not next year, not when everything looks perfect. Now this is the moment I've appointed to shift your reality, to take what was heavy and make it light, to take what was broken and make it whole. The enemy tried to convince you it was too late, that you missed your moment, that you'd always be behind. But what he doesn't understand is that I don't operate on man's timeline. I'm not controlled by clocks or calendars. I move by kairos, divine timing, moments where heaven touches earth and everything changes in an instant. You are standing in such a moment now. The earth may not shake, the sky may not thunder, but in the spirit, a shift has already begun, and no one can reverse what I've set in motion. What was locked is being opened. What was owed is being erased. What was stagnant is being stirred to life. Because I am the Lord your God, the one who overrides the natural with the supernatural, and I am speaking now with clarity. Your debt is cancelled, not reduced, not pushed into the future, not refinanced, cancelled. Because I want you to live free, not just financially, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Debt was a shadow over your life, a constant whisper of fear, a weight on your chest in the middle of the night. But I am blowing that shadow away. I am silencing that whisper. I am lifting that weight for good. This is not just relief. This is release. You are being released from agreements you never should have made. Released from burdens that didn't belong to you. Released from systems designed to trap you in cycles of lack. I am cutting the cords. I am shattering the chains. I am breaking the back of every spirit assigned to keep you in bondage. Because enough is enough. This is your exodus. The enemy may still be chasing, but I am parting the waters. You will walk through on dry ground while every creditor, every accusation, every scheme that tried to follow you will drown in the waters of my justice. Because I am not just your deliverer, I am your defender, and I defend my children fiercely. Do not let guilt keep you from receiving this grace. You think because you made mistakes, because you mishandled moments, because you didn't know better back then, that I've disqualified you. No, my child. I am the God who qualifies the unqualified. I am the God who restores what was misused. I am the God who redeems even your bad decisions. You learned, you grew, you changed, and I saw it. Even when others only saw the failure, I saw the faith you chose to hold on to when everything told you to give up. And now, I reward that faith, because I am a rewarder of those who diligently seek me. And you've sought me in the dark. You've cried out when no one was listening. You've stayed when it would have been easier to run. So now, I'm rewarding you openly. I'm making it public. The same way your struggle was visible, so will be your restoration. The same way you were known for lack, you will now be known for legacy. I'm turning the story around. They will ask, how did you come out of that? How did the debt disappear? How did you turn nothing into overflow? And you'll answer with a smile and one word: God. Because it was never your strength, it was never your strategy, it was always my sovereignty. And now I am establishing you, not just helping you survive the month, but setting you up for generations. I am giving you divine intelligence, strategies that create wealth without sorrow, blueprints that don't depend on systems of man. You'll know what to invest in, what to avoid, what to walk away from, and what to build from the ground up. This is more than provision. This is positioning. I'm positioning you for impact, for leadership, for ownership. No longer a borrower only, no longer scraping just to get by. I am shifting you into a lender's anointing, but not the way the world lends, not with interest and oppression. You will lend from a place of abundance and mercy. You will give and not lose. You will sow and always reap. Because I am establishing a covenant of kingdom economy in your life, an economy where seed multiplies, where giving opens doors, where faith produces favor. And in this economy, you will lack nothing. Let this truth take root in your spirit. You will lack nothing. Not peace, not strength, not resources, not vision. Because I am your shepherd, and those who follow me do not lack. So follow me closely now. The path I'm taking you on may not look like the world's. You may have to walk away from what others call security. You may have to make cuts, make room, make decisions that don't make sense on paper, but they will make sense in the spirit. Because I am leading you into freedom, not just to bless you, but to show the world what I do for my children. So stay steady, stay surrendered, stay in expectation, because the story is about to shift in a way that even you didn't see coming. You're not just about to see debt canceled, you're about to see destiny fulfilled. Look around you. It may still seem ordinary, still feel like lack, still look like nothing's changed. But I want you to understand this. Your surroundings are not the measure of my movement. Your bank account is not the measure of my promises. Your mailbox is not the voice of final authority. Your past is not the ceiling of your future. I am God, and I do not need man's permission to bless you. I do not wait for approval from systems I created. When I say debt canceled, hell must back off. Chains must fall. Doors must open. My decree is higher than your debt collector's demand. I don't just override interest rates. I override impossibilities. That's who I am, and I'm about to prove myself in your life in a way so undeniable. Even those who doubted you will say, "That had to be God." I will not just cancel what was owed. I will establish what is promised. I will plant your feet in places where you once begged for entrance. I will seat you at tables that once shut their doors. I will give you peace where anxiety used to dominate your mind. Because this is not just about money. It never was. It's about restoration. It's about your identity. It's about resetting the foundation of your life so you can carry what I'm about to place on your shoulders. You have asked me for abundance, but I have been preparing you for stewardship, because what I give is not just for you. It is to build, to bless, to release. Yes, you are a releaser. That's why you've been under pressure, because I've been pressing the oil, not to destroy you, but to extract what I placed in you long before the world knew your name. You carry a Joseph anointing, misunderstood, mistreated, and yet still chosen. Yes, you've walked through pits, you've been stripped, forgotten, left behind. But promotion is never absent in my process. They meant it for evil, but I have meant it for good. And soon you will turn around and see that every delay, every disappointment, every denial was part of the journey that led to your divine setup. And I, the Lord your God, will make it worth every tear. Hear me. You are about to enter a season where things happen quickly. Opportunities you didn't apply for will appear. Resources you didn't seek will find you. People you never met will advocate for you, because favor is chasing you. It's not based on your credit score, not based on your education, not based on what you've built. It's based on covenant, and covenant cannot be canceled. Man's system may say, you owe this much, but my system says, you are paid in full, by the blood, by the cross, by the mercy I poured out when you didn't even know how deeply you needed it. You didn't earn it, and that's the point. Grace isn't earned, it's received, so receive it now. Lift your hands, in your spirit, in your home, in your weariness, and say, God, I receive it. I cancel the shame, I cancel the fear, I cancel every generational curse of poverty and loss. You will not repeat the patterns of your bloodline. You will break them. You will walk into rooms your ancestors only dreamed of. You will leave behind an inheritance that doesn't just pay bills, it establishes kingdom legacy. I am turning your house into a testimony. Your children will see you rise. Your family will watch you shift. Your community will be changed because you dared to believe. And yes, I say dare, because faith is bold. Faith goes against what you see. Faith declares, God said it, and I believe it. So believe me now, even if you still see bills on the table, even if you still hear the phone ring, even if the account looks dry, believe anyway. Speak what I said, not what you see. Say it out loud if you must. My debt is canceled. My future is blessed. I am walking in overflow. The more you declare it, the more heaven moves on your behalf. Because faith pulls what's already finished in the spirit into your reality. You are not waiting on me. I am waiting on you to agree with me. And once you align with my word, what was delayed accelerates. What was blocked gets pushed open. What was hidden gets revealed. What was stolen gets restored. With interest. I am the God of recompense. I saw every unjust decision, every time you were overlooked, every time you were taken advantage of, and I kept the receipts. Now I am repaying you, not with the world's currency, but with kingdom currency. Joy that can't be stolen, peace that doesn't waver, resources that don't run dry, and yes, financial restoration, because I care about every part of your life. I know how you've cried over those balances. I know how it's hurt to pretend you're okay. I know what it cost you to keep trusting me when it looked like I was silent. But I was never silent. I was watching. I was working. I was preparing the right moment to show you that I never left. This is that moment. The season is turning. The weight is lifting. The grace is flowing. Let the Spirit witness with you even now. Something is shifting deep in your soul. You know it. You can't explain it yet, but you feel it. Like a rising wind, like the breaking of a new dawn. This is not imagination. This is manifestation, and you're standing in the middle of it. Let it be done. Let it be sealed. For what I have spoken over you, no force in heaven or earth can overturn. The debt is canceled. The curse is broken. The season of lack is over. What I began in you, I will complete. You are not leaving this word empty-handed. You are not walking away with false hope. You're walking out with freedom. What was heavy is now lifted. What was uncertain is now secure. What was dragging behind you like chains of regret has been severed by the sword of my spirit. Because I do not just touch situations, I transform them. And I do not just visit for a moment, I dwell. I'm not just showing up in your life temporarily. I am taking over. Yes, take a deep breath in your spirit. This is the sound of freedom, the sound of burdens being broken, the sound of doors unlocking from the inside, the sound of heaven saying, "Yes, now go." You've heard no long enough. No from banks. No from lenders. No from people who couldn't see your value. But I am the God of yes and amen, and my yes is final. I say yes to your restoration, yes to your healing, yes to your overflow, yes to your new beginning. You are not stepping into a recycled version of your past. You are stepping into something you've never seen, a place where peace is not momentary, a place where joy is not borrowed, a place where provision flows without fear of tomorrow. Because I'm not just delivering you from something, I'm delivering you to something. I'm placing you in your promised land. And this land is not built on anxiety or scarcity or striving. It's built on grace. You'll no longer fear the mailbox. You'll no longer flinch when the phone rings. You'll no longer cry over numbers that once made you feel small. Because I've made you bigger than your past. Your identity is not in what you owed. It's in what I paid for. And I paid it all. My son's blood covered every mistake, every bad deal, every failure, every moment you felt like giving up. And now, all of heaven rejoices because you didn't quit. You didn't bow to fear. You didn't stop believing. Even when doubt whispered louder than faith, you kept walking. And I've been watching you. Through every tight month, through every sacrifice, through every offering you gave when you barely had anything left. Now I'm releasing what was held up, because I honor the sacrifice. Even when others didn't see it, even when no one clapped for you, even when your obedience cost you everything. I saw it, and I have remembered you, like I remembered Hannah, like I remembered Joseph, like I remembered David in the cave, like I remembered the widow and her jar of oil. I've remembered you, and now I'm repaying you, not because I had to, but because I wanted to, because I love you more than you'll ever comprehend, and I'm not blessing you to impress anyone. I'm blessing you because you're mine. You don't need to prove anything. You don't need to explain this miracle. Just receive it. Let those who watched you struggle now watch you rise. Let those who whispered about your situation now see the glory on your restoration. Because when I restore, I go beyond. You thought debt cancellation was the end, but this is just the beginning. I'm not just restoring what was stolen, I'm multiplying it. I'm opening streams of income you haven't imagined. I'm connecting you to resources that won't dry up. I'm giving you ideas, partnerships, and provision that have my fingerprints all over them. Your hands will no longer be empty. Your account will no longer be dry. Your table will be full, not just for you, but for everyone I've called you to bless. This is why the enemy fought you so hard. He knew once you got free, others would be set free through your testimony. You are a carrier of financial deliverance, a pioneer of kingdom provision. So walk boldly. Walk like you're debt-free, because you are. Walk like you're favored, because you are. Walk like the promise is already fulfilled, because it is. This isn't positive thinking. This is prophetic truth, and my truth does not return void. Now hear me clearly. Don't go back. Don't return to the bondage I just brought you out of. Don't reattach yourself to people or patterns that led you into cycles of lack. Stay free. You don't need to prove loyalty to dysfunction. You don't need to feel guilty for growing. You don't need to dim your light to keep others comfortable. Shine. Let your abundance be a weapon. Let your breakthrough be a banner. Let your story be a signpost that says, This is what God can do. Now take this word and war with it. Declare it daily. Pray it boldly. Refuse to let the old mindset steal your new miracle. And if you ever start to doubt again, remember what I said. Your debt is canceled. Your future is secure. Your life is mine. And if I take care of the birds of the air, will I not take care of you? If I clothe the lilies in beauty, will I not clothe you in favor? If I own the cattle on 1,000 hills, what makes you think I can't erase a number on a screen? I am the God of sudden reversals, and this is your reversal moment. So rise, my child. This is not just relief, this is release. This is not just payment, this is purpose. This is not just an answer, this is abundance. Now go, step boldly, speak loudly, praise freely, because your life just changed. And let the world hear your voice. God told me, my debt is canceled, and He did it. Now before you go, if this word stirred your spirit and confirmed what you already felt, then like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, because this is where I will keep speaking, and there is more I will reveal about your future. Stay ready, stay open, because I'm not done. I'm just getting started.